personally, supernatural childbirth means that after delivery, after childbirth, that both mother and child, baby, are in perfect conditions. Don't make any mistake about it. However, there are levels to everything in life. Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Genevieve and I am a YouTuber based in the city of Abuja. If you are coming to my channel for the first time, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. I want you to consider subscribing to my channel. Trust me, you're going to love my content, which is generally based on motherhood, parenting, marriage, with all the lifestyle that revolves around it. And to my oldies, thank you for being so supportive and watching my videos and sharing these videos with people. It really means a whole lot to me. On this video, I want to share my testimony and my experience with childbirth and pregnancy. I am one of the persons that have enjoyed a very seamless, effortless pregnancy and delivery, and I know it couldn't have been me doing all that. I can tell you for free that I have enjoyed the hand of God upon my life when it comes to this whole motherhood, pregnancy, childbirth thing. So I feel I should share with you my own version of supernatural childbirth. Before I get into this video, I want you to understand that for me personally, supernatural childbirth means that after delivery, after childbirth, that both mother and child, baby, are in perfect conditions. Don't make any mistake about it. However, there are levels to everything in life. There are levels to everything. So I'm going to be sharing my own experience. By the way, I have 3 children, and for these 3 babies, I had different experience for all of them. Okay, pregnancy experience, delivery experience, all different for all of them, and I'm going to share with you guys one after the other. So I'm going to start with baby number 1. When I found out that I was pregnant for my first child, I wasn't really sure of how or what to do at that time. The feelings were actually mixed. I wasn't really sure, but I knew that I wasn't happy because at that time it wasn't completely what I wanted. This story is going to be a gist for another day. However, I thank God that I exposed myself to people who understand the word of God, people who counseled me using the word of God, people who helped me to switch out of that mood and embrace where I was at the time. Okay, I also enjoyed a lot of help and support from my husband when I was pregnant for my first child. Trust me, I did not lift a finger. I mean, after that journey, I really wanted to do this back to back because the guy did not allow me to, I don't know how to explain it, but as much as I was having a very smooth pregnancy, I also had the best support system any human being, any woman can ask for, which is my husband. Okay, so during this pregnancy, it was so smooth that sometimes I would ask myself, are you sure you're pregnant? Are you really sure that you're pregnant? Okay, especially when the bump haven't started showing, I would like check, am I sure that I'm still pregnant? Because I don't feel there was no vomiting, there was no morning sickness, there was no, all these funny, not funny, I won't say they're funny for want of words, all these pregnancy symptoms. I didn't have any of those. One would ask me, so how did you know you were pregnant? How did you even find out you were pregnant in the first place? I missed my period. That was how I found out I was pregnant. Then I had minor cramp below my abdomen. I felt it was menstrual cramp. After about a week or 2, it left, and it was just mild. So what I'm trying to make you to understand is I had a pain-free, stress-free, drama-free pregnancy journey. I want to also bring your attention to the first time I heard of supernatural childbirth was in 2016. I was still in law school. I was attending a church in law school, Domino City in VI there. And a man of God visited, and he was talking about supernatural childbirth. And he said that we have been redeemed from the curse of the law. So when Eve was punished in Genesis for eating the forbidden fruit, interfacing with the serpent, and bringing the fruit to Adam, when Eve was cursed and the woman was meant to suffer at childbirth, it was also redeemed when Jesus died on the cross. So pain from childbirth, alongside poverty, alongside sicknesses, and a lot of other things were taken care of on the cross. So that message, like, it sank. I was like, what? So he said that his wife, I can't remember the number of kids, I think 3, I can't remember particularly the number of kids, but the message I'm trying to pass is that ever since they started having kids, that he has not had all this pregnancy associated drama. Do you understand me? So the wife has also been enjoying supernatural childbirth. That was the first time I ever heard of supernatural childbirth, and I held on to it. I held on to it like so much. See, if you know me, my pain threshold is -0. So if there was anything I knew I needed badly, that's supernatural childbirth. I needed it like yesterday. When I now found out that I was pregnant, a sister also gave me this book, Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie. She told me she read the book. I still have a copy of the book. If you see the book, it's very old and rugged. She passed it on to me, and I read that book cover to cover, back to back, word for word. And I read that book till I had a revelation of how the delivery was going to be. I won't say that there wasn't sometimes when I would just imagine. I am a very inquisitive person. I want to know what to expect. So I watched a lot of raw delivery videos on YouTube. I was watching. Nobody can tell me otherwise. And after watching, I'm like, okay, this one is not for me. So I was just doing all of that. I would watch. Some people say that they didn't watch. I was watching, I was reading. I wanted to know the worst experience a woman can have in childbirth. I wanted to know what my predecessors have seen, so that when I'm saying what I don't want to see, I am telling you what I don't want to see. So I spoke the word. I rebuked fear when it came. I shared what I wanted with my husband. I also shared with some other friends of mine that I knew could join their faith with mine, not people that would talk my faith down. And just like Jackie would advise in her book, you have to always listen to your doctor. So I wasn't even ready to argue with my doctors. I wasn't ready to argue with anybody. I knew what I was believing God for. Even my sister is a nurse. So when I'm talking about, this supernatural childbirth, she told me, okay, there's something God cannot do, but the labor can be painful. She's a midwife, so labor is painful. So I said, no wahala, but I knew what I wanted. I knew exactly what I was believing God for. So I held on to it. I prayed about it. I spoke the word about it. I did. God is faithful. So something happened when I was 38 weeks, at exactly 38 weeks, and that day happened to be my birthday. That day happened to be my birthday, 10th October 2017. It feels like yesterday. 10th October 2017, I was going to work. Hubby was supposed to drop me off at work, and on our way to work, I noticed, I told him, I noticed that the baby didn't move all through the night. I said it casually, and somehow I'm not feeling too well. And I said, okay, since we're almost close to the hospital, and I said, okay, let's just get into the hospital and see the doctor. So I called my colleagues at work and told them I'll be coming in a bit late, and then I drove into the hospital to go and see the doctor. When I got to the hospital, it was about 8, few minutes to 8. The doctor did not as much as give me any medication. My sister told me to take paracetamol that morning when I was in the hospital. I thought that, okay, since I was already in the hospital, if they needed me to take paracetamol, they will give me paracetamol. Do you get? It's just logical. I'm seeing a doctor already. So the doctor ran a few tests on me, and immediately they took my samples. We went back to the doctor's office. The doctor was not telling us things like the baby was going to go into I want to remember the particular word she used, distress, and it could cause disorder if you eventually give birth to the baby and all. I said, what's bringing all of this? I was just like, I don't understand. How? Chapter what, verse what? He now said you have to do emergency CS, emergency surgery, and to bring the baby out. The doctor told us, please don't call family members. They're going to dissuade you. They're going to give you contrary advice and all. Don't call anybody. Just do this surgery. It's 500,000 naira for the surgery, excluding the accommodation and what she excluded. Just the surgery is 500k. So she was hitting the surgery is 500k. The surgery is 500k. So I was so confused. My husband was so confused. At some point, my husband even started crying because he doesn't even know how did we go from slaying and working pregnancy effortlessly to emergency surgery. I cannot even know. I don't know, you know. So I was just lying down there at about 10-11. I was still running temperature. They have not given me anything up to that time. Nothing. The doctor have not even told me whether the results of all the diagnoses. Nothing at all. So I was just there waiting. So my husband stepped out. He was now making arrangements so that they were prepping me for the surgery and all. They are still prepping me, trying to prep me for the surgery, prepare the theater, and also they can roll me in. So while I was there, I was just playing my music and, you know, saying, God, dear God, today is my birthday. It's okay for me to have this child today as my birthday gift, but you know, I have dreamt of this day. I mean, delivery. I have imagined it. I have soaked on this day, and it wasn't looking like what I was seeing. So I started chatting with my friend Derek. Shout out Derek. So I was just telling Derek, look at what is going on. Look at I don't even know what to believe again. And look at where I am. I don't know. Derek just told me, Jenny, that if you go under the blade now, you know you are going to continue to go under the blade. Even though I know medically people go under the blade and still do VBAC, but when Derek told me that thing, like something just quickened in my spirit. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't even like knife. I don't even like it. The thought of it, I'm not anti-surgery. I'm not anti-CS. Okay? But personally, I don't like blade. So while I was there, my husband also got a call from someone else, a friend, an old friend of his as well. So she told, he was now telling her, okay, thank you for calling at this time. How come? How is your family? See where we are at the moment. Look at what's going on. As a matter of fact, look at where I am. I'm already at the bank to make the transfers and all. The lady now said, no. Which hospital are you for? He told her, no. Go and bring your wife out of the house. So that is their pattern. That is what they do. No. Mama said, what? That was all he needed. He just turned back from the hospital. He just turned back from the bank, dragged me out of the hospital and straight to another hospital. So when they now saw that we wanted to leave the hospital, they now say, no, come, let's negotiate. Is it the money? Is it too much? That if you can't do that, we can negotiate. You can do 400, you can even do 300. You know, they're trying to negotiate and bring the money down. My husband said, no, don't worry, that we just want to get a different opinion. So we left the hospital and went to a different hospital. When we go to the next hospital, they were even laughing at us, like, okay, you guys, this is your first time. Oh, first time parents, nothing is wrong with you, you're okay. So we're trying to run so many tests that, you know, just to be sure the baby is in distress. You know, everything they told us, the doctor told us that this is not necessary. So when they were even trying to do the CT scan on me, the nurse now said, you're burning up. This was at about 2 p.m. The nurse touched me. You're burning up. I said, yes. I've been feverish this morning. She said, she just brought paracetamol injection. Gave me paracetamol injection. The fever just went down. and baby started moving. So all this wrong kitty, wrong kata that we've been running since morning was just paracetamol problem. Paracetamol that my sister told me to take. And I felt that I was in the hands of good doctors. But then, this is what happens in Nigerian healthcare. Anybody in Nigeria would know. So, this story is not even the major reason why I'm making this video. The major reason why I'm making this video is the event of 24th October 2017, which was the day I had JC, 2 weeks after these doctors wanted to unsettle me and, you know, shatter my faith. So 2 weeks later, exactly on his EDD, we left the house, we went to the hotel because we fumigated the house. We were expecting baby to come, so we fumigated the house, we went to the hotel. And on the Monday before, I had him on the Tuesday. On the Monday before, at that night, I told my husband it has to be fish, grilled fish. I want to eat grilled fish and chips. You see that grilled fish or nothing? This man went out, looked for grilled fish, brought the grilled fish for me. So I started eating the grilled fish. Just immediately I took 1, 2, 3. I started feeling this pressure on my lower abdomen as if someone is knocking. Boom, boom. It happened, one happened too. So I chatted a friend of mine up and told her what was going on. She now told me, you're in labor. And I said, and I saw the labor they do. And I said, that's contraction. So she now told me to start monitoring the time apart. I was monitoring the time apart, you know. I think at first it was about 30 minutes or so. It will happen. It now became 20 minutes apart. It was getting closer. So I said it was already about 11-12 when this thing was happening. Let's wait until morning. During the night I couldn't really sleep well. You know, the boom was making me a bit uncomfortable. And then at some point I had to hit my husband. Didn't you wake up? How can you be sleeping like that? Look at how I'm feeling. He now woke up and said, okay, what should he be doing? After keeping him awake for some time, I managed to sleep. And then in the morning at about 6:30, we left the hotel to the hospital. When we got to the hospital at about 7, I took my bags, made up, you know, cheeked up. When I got to the hospital, the doctor said, madam, you're not having your child today. You don't even look like you're having your child today. You can't be having your child today. And I said, it's your first time at BS. Yes. Just go. You're not ready. This baby is not coming today. She said, if you want to stay, you can stay here, but I'm not going to check you until after another 6 hours. But then there is no need really. I'll advise you to just go and come back in 6 hours time. And I said, okay. We left. I knew I was still feeling the contractions, and you know, even though they were not painful, there was no pain, but I knew that the contractions were coming. But she said it's not strong enough, and I left. When we got to the hotel, I couldn't go upstairs. I was just in the car and, you know, feeling the whole pressure. The contractions were not painful. I wasn't screaming. I wasn't in pain at all. So it was magical. So I don't know how to explain it, but what I know, if you pain me, I go shout. I was just a chill kid. Do you get? I was just chilling with the whole labor thing. So the only thing I know I was doing is when they came, because of the pressure they came with, I would just tap myself, you know, that kind of, and it passes. So it was off and on until at about 11 o'clock. I went back upstairs and I wanted to pee, and then I saw shoe. That was the time I saw shoe. So I told my husband, I think we should start going back to the hospital. He now said, let's just try and get back as at the time we were asked to, which is that 6 hours. Okay. So at about 1 p.m. we drove back to the hospital. So immediately we got back to the hospital. It was still the same doctor that saw me in the morning that saw me again, and she now checked and said, no, that this woman is having her baby now. Now you talk, say the baby no, they come today. You are the one that's also saying you're not in a hurry. So she now said that this baby is coming. The only thing holding this baby is membrane, because my water had not broken. That's the only thing holding this baby. I was about 6 cm dilated when she checked. Said that the membrane is what is holding the baby. So they ruptured my water, and fixed the IV, did everything they did, they prepped me and all. And then I was at the delivery room waiting, and she would ask me that I'm so chilled. Pain or pressure? What am I feeling? How do I feel? How are the contractions coming? She gave me a paper to be checking how the contractions were coming. She said, how am I feeling? She was just interacting with me. How exactly do you feel? I said, I feel normal. She said, are you not feeling pain? I said, no pain. What about pressure? So I said, yes, pressure, but I'm not feeling any pain. She said, okay. That she now announced that this woman is ready to have her baby today, and that she's so confident, and for the first time, all these midwives, they're just trying to make me feel okay and all. So I was just in that delivery room with my husband and my friend, if not mommy yo, she was there. She's always there when I have all my kids. So immediately they said, if you feel like you want to poop, call the nurses. So it happened the first time. I felt like I wanted to poop, but by the time I could, figure out whether or not I really wanted to poop, that one has passed. And it happened again. By the time I could tell my husband, this guy called the nurses, that one passed. So the third time that it happened, as it was happening, I just told him, I'm going to poop now. So as the nurses were coming to check, the baby was already coming, and they were now rushing to wear their gloves and push. That was how my bundle of joy came out. The most beautiful boy in the world. That was how he came. Well, I must tell you one thing, that I had an episiotomy and I also had a tear. From Jackie's supernatural childbirth experience, tear, cord, anesthesia is not part of it. I didn't get any anesthesia for this. Also, there was no epidural. So, but I had an episiotomy and I had a tear, and even with that, I had the most seamless childbirth, the most seamless. There was no pain. There was no pain at all. The pregnancy, delivery, even after birth, I was super strong. I knew my mom asked me at some point, is your back not paining you? Is this place not paining you? Let her press hot water. Let her do this. I finished putting to bed and I was just normal. I just want to thank God. So I want to use this video to encourage someone out there. Different categories of people that I intend to encourage. People who are believing God for the fruit of the womb. There is a God that does miracles. There is a God that gives us our heart desires. So I know that he will show up for you one day, very, very soon. I also want to encourage expectant moms and those who are looking forward to the day they're going to give birth to their children. Don't be afraid. Fear not. Even when the fear comes in, speak the word of God. This is an opportunity for you to know God for yourself. Because you're birthing somebody else into this world, it's an opportunity for you to know God for yourself. Know God enough to know how to pray for these children before they come. God will do it for you. God will deliver your babies to you healthy and hearty, supernaturally. Okay? Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to be sharing also my experience for the second and the third babies. So guys, see you in part 2. Bye.